Hello and welcome to today's edition of the Business Center. Now that we're headed to the festive season, this is the season where you drink a lot of beverages and run as many errands in preparation for a good festive season. It is also almost impossible for that to happen without at least having a cup of coffee for coffee lovers. But have you ever sat down and wondered where that well-prepared cup of coffee comes from? If you are a coffee lover, you might have heard of a word barista. Now, barista comes from the Italian word for bartender, and it is described that the men and women who prepare hot and cold coffee drinks and other beverages. They are well regarded for their ability to create latte art and their expert knowledge. I think you've seen this, maybe the flowers. Now, in the complexities of coffee, its roasts and flavor subtleties, you can think of baristas as the coffee equivalent of wine sommeliers. Now, today on the show, we will be talking and taking a look at the work of a barista and what are some of the things you can do to be a barista. Plus, can you perfectly brew that cup of coffee at home? Find out next. But first, here is the question of the day and contribute to this. Now, what is the difference between a cappuccino and a latte? What is the difference between a cappuccino and a latte? Contribute to this as many as possible and tell your friends and family. I know right now you are at home. Tell them to contribute to this and we'll read your comments as we continue with the show. But first, we go for a short break. We'll be right back with more. Welcome back. This is Business Center. My name is Kelvin Nyakundi, and I hope you're wondering why these things are here. We are at the Connect Coffee Academy, and yes, we have Joe here. He is going to be explaining to us more about what they do in order to make sure that this is done and how they train baristas. So welcome to the show.
Welcome to the Connect Coffee Academy.
All right. Thank you so much. Now, let me just ask you, I know you've gotten used to this question, but I believe our audience doesn't really know. Who is a barista?
Well, a barista is a professional. Is a professionally trained person in the art of brewing, filter-based and espresso-based coffees. But in a normal cafe or restaurant setup, a barista takes other roles, okay, such as making other hot and cold drinks, like tea, different kind of teas, coffee, smoothie, juices, frappuccino, and others. Yes.
All right. So the things you've mentioned, can you show me how we make them? Like, do you have a way in which you can show me maybe two of them? At least we see how we make them.
Well,
and what?
Can I interest you in a cafe latte?
It's okay.
Okay. Can we make it together?
Yeah, we can. We can.
Sure.
Tell me. You can see I'm psyched up. Okay. Guys, you can see my sleeves are rolled up. I'm ready to make this. I think I'm going to become a barista after this.
Yes. So this is an espresso machine. Okay. So we basically use this for everything in a cafe or in a coffee shop.
All right.
So let me make you a cup whole beans. So we grind them. Yeah.
So is this machine the same as the others, or this is specifically made for this?
So this is only for grinding. Coffee. Okay. And this is an on-demand grinder, meaning I'm grinding on demand.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. Because we want to maintain the freshness of the coffee. Okay. Good.
And as we continue making the coffee,
yes,
this is an academy.
Yes.
What skills do you train here? And do guys come here without, like, do you have a specific way in which you allow people to come into the academy? Can I wake up one morning and say, let me apply to the Connect Coffee Academy, and you just accept me, or are there requirements that I need to have in order to be in the academy?
Actually, we have different people. We have people, coffee enthusiasts, who are just interested. They love coffee. They want to learn more about coffee so that they can make coffee at home. We have also professionals who wants to do baristering as a job. All right. And we have people who want to venture into business. So we try and tailor the course to suit a certain training needs according to the client. Yes.
Yeah, we can continue making.
Sure.
We can continue making. I'm so interested to see. Yeah. We can continue making as you just explained to us. So, for example, Is the training specifically on, do we have like, maybe we say now we are training these ones are for the equipments, or there's someone who just wants to come and get trained, not in the equipment section, they just want to be trained how to operate within a restaurant, or is the training a requirement that you have to learn everything?
So it depends with the course you're taking, but we are not that rigid, because the way we have designed our curriculum, we have topics where a student can choose what to train. But we always recommend to take the professional course, because it's a comprehensive course, and you get to learn everything to do with coffee, all the nitty-gritties to do with coffee, because all the details matters. Okay? Yes, so this course we start from, if I can take you through, from the farm, where we learn the agronomical activities of the farm.
So it's not only in the...
No. We start from the farm, okay? How was this coffee planted, and how does this affect the final cup, okay? After that, how was this coffee processed, okay? What was the method of processing? After that, we come to roasting. How was this coffee roasted? Because each and everything in this coffee will contribute a lot to the final cup, okay? And as a barista, you need to understand all these things, okay? So that you can give the coffee the justice it deserves when you're brewing it. Yes.
All right. Yes. So in this academy, maybe, for example, do you find people who maybe they come here and they don't qualify? You know, in every school, there are those who qualify and there are those who don't. So how explain to me how that is.
Actually, we don't get anyone who doesn't qualify, because most of the people we get here, they have passion for the coffee.
So they...
Okay? And then, as you can see, everything is fun. So they get to learn a lot.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So guys, as you can see, he's making a latte. It's a latte, right?
Yes, a cafe latte.
A cafe latte.
So this is how you put the decoration.
Okay.
It's called latte art.
Okay. So if we can have, so this is what he has made right now, and this is mine, right? This is mine.
It's all yours.
Yeah, it's all mine. So this one I'm going to take it at a later time.
Yes.
So now we've finished with this. Now there are these equipments that are here. And what do they make? Can you just kindly explain to us what this?
So here we have different kind of brewing equipment. This is called a Kalita.
All right.
And this is a Hario V60. And this is called Chemex. So this is what we call pour over or filter or drip coffee. Okay. Here we have French press, which is what we all grew up to. And then here we have one of my favorite coffee brewing equipment. It's called an aeropress. It uses both air and pressure to extract coffee. Here we have what we call the mocha pot, okay, also for making more of an espresso kind of coffee. And this is a very new method. We are calling it a clever dripper, which is like a combination of filter and immersion methods of making coffee.
Okay.
Yes.
So all this, do they give the same output, or they have different ways in which they give the output?
The quality of the coffee is different. Okay, it's very different, but it depends with how you brew them. Okay, so these ones we normally train for home use, but some of them are also commercial, and they are slowly becoming very popular.
All right.
Okay, like this Chemex can be used at home and also for commercial use. So when you're training baristas, we try to train them not just how to make coffee, but to make perfectly cup of coffee, perfectly brewed cup of coffee with all these methods. Yes.
Okay, and I would like to know about for example, the students in the academy.
Yes.
After they've finished. First of all, what is the process? Like, how long is the course?
The course takes a month. That is 5 days a week, 3 hours a day. Total of around 60 hours. Yes.
And now, for example, when they finish and someone wants to dwell on that and they want to do a career on Barista,
Yeah.
do you have a way in which you connect them with restaurants, or do you have like how is the process when someone finishes after the course?
Yes, we support them in after they finish. We offer them internship in one of our 3 outlets. After that, we try and place them in our B2B partners, where we supply roasted beans. Yes. Yeah.
All right. And in any institution or school, there are exams, right?
Yeah.
So how are the exams here? Do you have theory and practical? Like,
yes, we do have theories and practical exam. For practical exam, which I think you saw earlier, they make coffee using the machine and this. Yeah, within a certain time. Yes, and the pass mark is around 90 for that.
90% out of 100.
Yes.
All right. And do you have anyone who maybe you can say they get, because you told me there are no failures, so everyone gets above average?
Yes.
Most okay. Of them. Interesting to know. So, can you make us another type of coffee that you'd want maybe me to taste later? Or
yes,
all right,
I will.
Can you use that equipment or this one?
I will use this one.
You still use this one?
Yes.
Okay, so guys, we can see Joe as he makes us another cup, and then we'll continue after that with more questions. You can just go on this side.
So now that I've made you a white or coffee with milk, let me
taste it.
Sure. Let me make you an Americano. Yes, you wonder why it's called Americano? So this drink has a history. Okay, it started with the British soldiers. When they were fighting, they used to be given shots of espresso to stay alert. But these guys could not handle the espresso, just like most of us here. Okay?
Yeah.
So they used to water it down to make it more palatable.
Why don't these coffees have Kenyan names like Mlima?
Maybe
like,
that is something we should start doing.
Yeah, because I'm wondering, all these coffee names have Spanish or Latin names, French names, English names. We don't have like someone, because like for example, coffee, Kenyan coffee is one of the best.
It's actually the best.
There.
Yeah.
It's actually the best, right?
Yes.
So why don't we have like coffee that is, you have maybe our names in the coffee, because come on, we are the ones who grow them, but now we are growing them, but we have names from outside. I don't know how that comes by.
Okay, so you realize that coffee started being taken commercially in Europe, more especially in Italy.
All right.
That's why you get cappuccinos, cafe lattes, all this. But what we do here, for a student actually to pass the exam, he has to do a signature drink. And I usually tell them, you have to name it, whatever name you want. Local name, your name, it's okay. The only rule is it should have coffee in it. Yes.
All right.
Yes.
And now, for example, in the academy, there are books, right? There are books.
Yes, we have a workbook.
So, are there textbooks, or is it just what books do guys in the academy use?
We have designed our book as Connect Coffee, which is actually a workbook.
Oh, you have your own book?
Yes, it's not a training manual. It's a workbook where, as we are discussing, as we are going through the coffee, student can fill in. Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
And so, for example, now during the COVID-19 period, we've had issues with schools. We've had issues with guys not being able to attend schools and apply to enter into schools. How has that period? How has this COVID-19 pandemic period been, and how you as a school, how have you made sure that the lessons are still going on? Students are still coming for classes or attending classes, and how has that process been since COVID-19 up to this time?
So actually we have, COVID has affected all of us in one way or the other, and actually for us our numbers increased because the hotels and the hospitality industry they locked down.
Uh-huh.
So these guys had to come for refresher training.
Okay.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yes. So definitely we had to reduce the number. Yeah. Yes.
And for example, so would you in future maybe want to expand this academy into other countries or maybe into other towns in Kenya? Because this institution is in Nairobi alone.
Yes.
Yeah, would you want to expand maybe into Eldoret, Nakuru? What's the plan of the Connect Coffee Academy?
Actually, our aim is to promote this barista profession, as well as to build a coffee drinking culture among young entrepreneurs or young people, and also to create entrepreneurs out of this. So yes, we have those plans, and actually we go on site to train people in these places that you're mentioning. Yes. So in future, I'm not sure, but we might look into that.
Okay.
Yes.
And have you partnered with maybe the education sector in the country? Because we have tertiary institutions, we have polytechnics, we have technical schools. How have you maybe partnered with the government, or how is it?
Currently, we don't have any partnership with the government, but with training institutions, we have a lot of students, especially those who go to study abroad. So we have these agencies that send people here, we train them, and then as they are doing their university education abroad, they try in their extra time, they can work in coffee shops. So yeah, we have, currently we are in like three agencies, we partnered with them. Yes.
For example, I'm a student, I'm a student who has just finished high school.
Yes.
And I would want to join this academy. What would you say is the it factor that will make me want to join this and do it as a career? Because like, for example, when someone finishes here, they go and work. So do you have maybe restaurants out there who say, okay, you've finished from Connect Coffee Academy, but we would need a certification that shows that after that maybe you went to this other course. Like if someone finishes from here, are they assured of a career forever, or how is it?
Career forever.
Like,
that's a tricky one. But like I said before, what we try and do is place these students. Okay, we try and place them in our B2B partners, and then we do the interviews for B2B clients, and we have clients who take students from this place. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and these are big hotels, chain of restaurants. Yeah. Yes.
And now, as we close up, heading to the close, what can you tell people in this festive season? And because we know everyone is at home, some people have said, now next year, this is what I want to do. Next year, I want to move into the coffee business. Next year, I want to take my children, or I myself want to go into a coffee academy. How can you encourage them to go into this field, and what are some of the advantages of studying in an academy that trains baristas?
So I'll start from where you stopped.
Yeah.
The advantages of joining this place. I don't know if you have walked through the whole place. You know, everything happens here. Okay, and we have some of the state-of-the-art machines that you will not get anywhere. Okay, so for us, and also we have farms where we take our students for hands-on experience. Yeah. Okay, so joining this place has a wide range of exposure, if I may. And yeah, this is like the best place to be because we don't train just in coffee, but in specialty coffee, which is the best coffee there is out there.
All right.
Yes, and for those who want to be encouraged, I mean, first I would tell them to let go of their chai and try this coffee. You can tell them how it tastes.
Yeah, it's, come on, I'm finishing all this too by myself. Yes. All right, guys, that is Joe, and I believe you've heard what he has said, because you see now this is a new direction for our country, because many people, when you finish school, you just want to go to campus and then you do the white collar jobs. This is also another job in its own self. And if you have Joe as your teacher, come on, why would you not want to study this? So thank you so much for engaging us today. We would have had more time to make all this, but now my director and producer is telling me we have to wrap up.
It's okay.
Yeah, and then now this is what we've achieved today.
Yes.
And thank you so much for joining us. This is the festive season. Come on, it's the festive season, and I don't expect you not to be engaging in this. So if you feel like you need to train and you are in Nairobi and you want to know how the barista work is and everything about barista, you can come to Connect Coffee and they'll sort you out. Come on. So we're going to go for a short break. We'll be back with innovations and agri-facts. This is Business Center.